Hello everyone. Decided to try and make a YouTube video for the first time regarding this. This is my 1851 Navy Colt 36 caliber by Pieta. And specifically, I want to talk to you today about some of the fixes that might be needed if you get a conversion cylinder. I went ahead and bit the bullet on that. I love my black powder. I love the cap and ball shooting. It's a lot of fun. I'm a big advocate of the black powder, but I have to admit the fact that it was black powder sometimes kept me from taking this gun, which I absolutely love, to the range, because I was like, I don't know that I really feel like having to clean it when I get back home. I mean, cleaning the barrel is one thing, simple enough, but you get into the cylinder there and you got six chambers to clean, and the nipples and little nooks and crannies, and it can yeah, I mean, so I decided, well, if I get the conversion cylinder, then I can not only not have to be so worried about cleaning it the day that I shoot it, but it also allows you to take it to an indoor range, and sometimes that's more conducive to what you want to do in the day. So, like I said, I did bite the bullet and get my conversion cylinder. This is a Howell conversion cylinder, but I did have some pause in making that decision, because when I looked at the online reviews, about 40% of them said that when they put the conversion cylinder in, it dropped right in, but then they had issues with it, and they still liked it, but they were like, it just needs some fine-tuning. But I couldn't find anywhere anything about what that fine-tuning was or how involved with it is. And again, you're dealing with a handgun, so you really kind of want to know what you're doing before you start tinkering around with it. So I called the Howell conversion company, and then they were very, very nice. Their customer service. They thought maybe I had the wedge in too tight, but one, the wedge is supposed to be in tight, and two, I could put it on half cock and my cylinder would rotate just fine. So there wasn't any pinch or anything there. But the problem that I encountered was when I would go to full cock, instead of clicking into full cock like it just did right there, it wouldn't click into full cock, and the hammer would not all the way back to the pin, but it would fall back to that half cock position. And I tried it on the different cylinders, and 3 were worse than the others. They were all really not there. But on the hardest ones, I could get it into full cock, but I'd have to push down with both thumbs on that hammer, and I mean, I was like bruising my thumbs, but I could get it to finally click. But so it's like, well, that's not right. This is obviously, I'm one of the 40%, and I'm gonna need to figure out how to make some fine adjustments to get it to fit in. And so what I kind of figured out, doing some research and everything, and then just reading some threads online, they were talking about the length of the hand. And let me just pop this out here real quick. Take that wrench out. Okay. Half cock, slide that cylinder off. And let me see if I can show it to you here. So let me get up here. On the side here, actually I'm over here, so oops, can't do that. The hand is that little metal bar in there that's connected to the hammer, and when you pull that back, right, it extends out and up, and it engages. See if I can show it to you here. A little out of focus, but it engages these series of ledges and grooves to basically come out and push that cylinder up, and so it rotates it into that next position. And so what I found was that there wasn't enough space there, that the millings on these things were just a shade off. And so there wasn't enough space, so basically that the hand, would come out, push out and up, but it couldn't go all the way, and so that prevents the hammer from coming back all the way. And so my fix to that was, well, one, you need to shorten things up. which means you could either take a little bit of material off of the hand, but I didn't want to take anything off of the hand because I didn't want to monkey with the gun. I'd rather monkey with the conversion cylinder that I got, because I still want to use my cap and ball revolver, and all of that worked fine. All of the spacing and everything on that was fine. So using like just a regular little triangular file, what I would start to do here is just look at these little ledges, and when you look on yours, you'll be fine. And I just start, to take very little, filings off. I'm trying not to change the morphology or anything of those grooves and pins, and just work my way around, and check it a lot. You put it back in the gun, see if it's any improvement, a little bit at a time. I suppose some people might say, well, just get a Dremel. But to me, that's super aggressive. And as we all know, once you take, if you take metal off, you can't put it back on, but you can always file just a little bit more. And so I kept doing that, and it started getting better, which gave me confidence that yes, I was on the right track. And I kept doing that, and so now it fits. And that was the adjustment and everything that I needed to do on that. Let me give this just a little tap here to put my gun back together. And so now, no problem. It just cycles right through. The three chambers that were the hardest, they're still just maybe a shade off. Because you got half cock right there. And if you go back, there's the click where it locks the cylinder in place. And then the last step is collecting that last little ledge for full cock. And if you're aware of those three different positions, then you can be very aware of what's going on. Myself, when I'm at the range, I'm not that gentle with this. It's metal, it can take it. I slam that hammer back to make sure I got it, and I tell my friends when they're shooting it to just, don't be too delicate, just click that thing back. And the more you do it, it's going to wear in just a little bit more and a little bit more, and it'll be fine. And it's been great, and I love it. And so I just want to do this video to share with you, maybe point you in the direction, and maybe if you're having the same issues, and this could help you out. The only other thing that I'd say about this is, as you know, it's a 36 caliber, and sometimes that ammunition can be a little bit hard to find. You have to use a 38 special, 148 grain, hollow base wad cutter. As you've probably heard, the hollow base so that it expands and gets the grooving, because these have larger barrels diameters than original. And it's got to be a wad cutter so that it doesn't have a bullet protruding. The bullet is flat and tucked into the casing. These are actually 38 special. The 38 actually is a 36 caliber. The 38 references the diameter there at the back of the casing. So another wonderful thing about ammunition. It can be a little hard to find sometimes, but if you go online, I found a company that does even remanufactured stuff. It gets it really economical, called Precision Delta. And they make the 38 special 148 grain hollow base wad cutter. And it's been excellent. I hope they don't stop making it. You can even find wad cutters out there in 38 special, but they don't specify whether or not it's hollow base, so it's kind of hard to know. But this company does, and it's been great ammunition, and I have a lot of fun now with this gun, both cap and ball and converted. So I hope that was helpful. Thanks.